think I'm muted. All right, everybody hear me? You guys can hear me? Let me know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Come through, come through, come through. Because we got some breaking news. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talk about this quite yet. And we definitely need to talk about this. This is shout out to my beautiful, wonderful member that sent me this article this morning on the Discord. Okay, you guys got to get on the Discord if you are a member. You got your notification? Yay! Shout out to YouTube for doing the job in order for me to do the job. Look, I listen, this is the Associated Press. Let's start right there. Um, we have an arrest. Okay, we have an arrest. I'm gonna read you guys this article that was sent to me. I have not seen anybody on YouTube talk about this quite yet, so you are hearing it here first. Associated Press put this out there, I believe, last night. So it was kind of like last night type of article. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you guys know. Let me start by saying this. You guys know that for those that have been following my channel, the Alicia Navarro case, I got the opportunity to interview the mom here on my channel 2 years ago. And it was one of the first true crime interviews I'd ever really, done. Shout out to her. And she never has given up about her daughter. Her daughter disappeared in 2019. She left a note and said that she would be, back. She was running away. She would be back. Jumps over the fence from her house and is never seen again till recently. This week, she walks herself to a police station in Montana, right? And we see a little bit of footage from her from what the police released. Her facial features haven't changed much. But then again, she basically missed like 4 years of her life with her family and her high school and everything. A lot of people had a lot of questions about, well, what were the circumstances? Clearly she was kept safe. Thank you, Darlene. Somebody was keeping her, and a lot of us kind of assessed that too, because she looked like she was healthy. At least that's what the police reported at the conference. And they gave us the footage, and so we were able to kind of see that a little bit. Yeah. So the Associated Press dropped this in the middle of the night. All right, I'm gonna read it to you. Arizona teen Alicia Navarro missing since 2019 shows up safe at Montana police station. An Arizona teen who disappeared days before her 15th birthday nearly 4 years ago is safe after walking into a small town police station in Montana this week, authorities announced Wednesday. Police in Montana said Alicia Navarro, now 18, showed up alone Sunday morning in a town about 9,200 people near the Canadian border, identified herself as the missing teen from Phoenix suburban from this Phoenix suburban excuse me, from the Phoenix suburbs of Glendale. Lord have mercy, I cannot read. Somebody give me my coffee. From the Phoenix suburbs of Glendale. Navarro disappeared on September 15, 2019, sparked a massive search that included the FBI. Glendale police spokesperson Jose Santiago said over the years, police had received thousands of tips. If you guys remember, Mom was very active. She had donors that were donating billboards, especially in the Mexican border area, because that's where people believe she was at. Keep that in mind. Investigators are now trying to determine what happened to Navarro after vanishing at age 14 and how she ended up in Montana, more than 1,300 miles, over 2,000 kilometers away from her town. When she disappeared, Navarro left a signed note that read, "I ran away, I'll be back, I swear, I'm sorry." And it's in quotes. But her mother, Jessica Nunez, raised concerns that Navarro, who was diagnosed as on the autism spectrum, and I believe it was high functioning autism, okay, may have been lured away by someone she met online. Law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks away from the police station Wednesday night. Let me repeat that. Law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks away from the police station Wednesday night, according to several witnesses interviewed by the Associated Press. They didn't say they had an arrest when they gave the press conference. Keep that in mind. They didn't say nothing. They kept it hush hush. Associated Press went down there and they interviewed some of these neighbors and whatnot, trying to get the information. Wow. I'm just like, let's keep reading. All right, let's keep reading. As many as 10 heavily armed, uniformed, and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m., took away in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment, said Rick Lieberg, who lives across the street. A young woman later emerged from the apartment who Lieberg said he had not previously seen. He said the women resembled a photograph of Navarro that has been released by police. She came out, talked to the officers, then two ladies pulled up and then got into a car with them and they left, Lieberg said. Officers remained on the scene for several hours, taking pictures, doing other work inside the apartment, Lieberg said. He said that the young woman returned to the apartment building with the two other women on Thursday, but he did not see her go into the apartment. A second witness, Jonathan Michelson, who lived next door, said he was questioned at the scene by a plainclothes police officer who said he was from Arizona and asked if Michelson had ever seen a girl at the apartment. He said he had not. If she was in the apartment, I'm surprised I never saw her, Michelson said. Glendale Police Lieutenant Scott Waite, the lead investigator, said they were looking into all the possible scenarios that could have led to Navarro's disappearance, including kidnapping. As much as we like to say this is the end, Waite said, we know this is only the beginning of where the investigation will go. Police and said Navarro told them after her arrival at the station she hadn't been harmed, wasn't being held, and could come and go as she pleased. She does not face any criminal charges, they added. In short, in a short video clip that police said was taken shortly after Navarro arrived at the police station this week, she can be heard telling authorities, no one hurt me. No one hurt me. In another short video, Navarro thanked the police. Thank you for offering to help me. Authorities in both Montana and Arizona haven't said how long Navarro had been in Havre before walking into the police station. Havre is surrounded by farmland and is north of the Rocky Boy Indian Reservoir. Waite described Navarro's reunion this week with her mother as emotionally overwhelming, and that Navarro said she was sorry for what she put her mother through. In an emotional video posted Wednesday to Facebook account titled "Finding Alicia," which we all watch, by the way, Nunez told tens of her thousands of followers, "I want to give glory to God for answering my prayers and for this miracle." Nunez had been documenting her efforts to find her daughter on Facebook page throughout the years. The account featured hundreds of posts with photos of Navarro as a young child and pictures of Nunez holding up a sign that read children just don't disappear. For everyone who has missing loved ones, I want you to use this case as an example. Nunez said in a video which had been viewed more than 2 million times, miracles do exist, never lose hope, and always fight. Whoo-wee. So let me go back up to that paragraph right quick. Yes, she was an incredible advocate. Absolutely. Let me get your comments real quick. Listen, they didn't announce an arrest. They didn't say anything, but it sounds like witnesses witnessed an arrest in that area. Crazy, guys. Crazy. And by the way, it was not 2 million. It was 200,000 views on that page. My apologies. I read that number wrong. Here we go. Let's go to that paragraph real quick. Investigators are now trying to determine what happened to Navarro after vanishing at age 14 and how she ended up in Montana. Okay. Here we go. When she disappeared, Navarro left a signed note. We read that. Law enforcement, here it is. Law enforcement. Let's zoom in to that real quick to where it says that. Law enforcement officers took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station on Wednesday night, according to several witnesses interviewed by the Associated Press. I'm glad she was found. So, listen, we have a lot of runaways out there. And there was a lot of people in my comments that said, and let me tell you something. Yes, teenagers run away. I was a social worker working with a lot of runaways. I was also a social worker. We were working with a lot of, human trafficking. Okay. But teenagers get lured into running away as well. Okay. And teenagers age out. All right. We don't know what the story is. Somebody held her when she was reported as missing for many, many years. They were feeding her. They gave her a place to live. And for all we know, they could have said to her, listen, girl, your family doesn't love you. Listen, girl, if you go back, you're going to be in big trouble. Listen, girl, this is what's going to happen to you if you return. She turns 18, and it sounds like they gave her the opportunity to leave if she wanted to. Human trafficking, sex trafficking, all kinds of trafficking comes in different forms and in different forms all the time. Various ages. All right. So for those that think, well, she turned 18, she could have left, we don't know what the circumstances, and we don't even know what kept her there. We don't know what fear. Can you imagine if she had left that note? We don't know who she met online or if she met somebody online. We don't know. Anything is possible. She could have been groomed. She could have been groomed and said, hey, come on in. I'll give you a roof to stay at. I'll feed you. This is where you're going to stay. We don't know what she went through. Truly, we don't. And then she stayed as a runaway. Maybe she wanted to come home throughout that time. Who knows? And her mom never gave up. And she probably is aware that her mom never gave up. She probably saw her face everywhere. The Alicia Navarro case is something that if you're on social media, you would see her face everywhere. She had an Instagram, a Facebook, TikTok, you're naming all the platforms. Jessica Nunez, Alicia's mom, is somebody that you can actually talk to on the phone. And I had lengthy conversations with regarding Alicia. And this mother was in pain. You see it in her eyes. She never gave up. Never gave up. I would ask her, I remember when I interviewed her, I asked her offline, hey, like, how can we best support you? Do you have a donation for the billboards? And we released all of that. They never gave up. Okay. So yeah, she might have been with her captor or the people that were keeping her, but she was still there and somebody still kept her away from her family. Bottom line. Bottom line. For those that are just coming in, let me tell you a little bit. One of my members sent me this article. The Associated Press released this last night, and there was an arrest made on the Alicia Navarro case. Okay. There were some neighbors that spoke to the Associated Press. The highlighted paragraph, law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station on Wednesday night, according to several witnesses interviewed by the Associated Press. The Associated Press, there hasn't been anything out there. I hope that now we're going to get some type of a conference from Glendale police in Arizona that's going to tell us, hey, Rabbit, or not hey, Rabbit, but hey, everybody, right? Because it's not just for me, it's for everybody, excuse me. That say, well, this is the arrest we made. Because if they made an arrest, this is somebody that kept her. And who are those other women that were with her? Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you, Patricia. Who are those other women that were with her? Thank you. Rabbit, I've also spoke to Jessica and connected her with other mothers of missing children. She's amazing. She is. She's a really nice lady. Really, really nice lady. And she's been through a lot. A lot. Um, hey Claire, is the man actually connected to her disappearance? I can't find. I'm looking. We are looking. But if you notice, law enforcement didn't say anything about an arrest. There's a lot of trafficking up in Montana. There's a lot. There's a lot. She never gave up. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for telling people to hit that like button. Thank you. I listen. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. I woke up. I saw this article and I said, "Glory be to God. Thank you, Jesus. We're gonna talk about this. This is great news." And some of you guys don't believe in God. I do. I'm not trying to preach religion. That's not me whatsoever. You do what you got to do. But I'm just happy to hear this kind of news. And I hope that we get like a mugshot. I'm hoping that we get a name. We got to look into this individual. We got to see what is going on. What if there was some kind of a ring? Like what was the connection to him to all these other women? Thank you. Grooming victims are manipulated into what they think is real and loving relationship. They get them young when they haven't fully developed boundaries and understanding of social dynamics. Yes, put on top of the fact that she's a high functioning, she has autism. She's a high functioning, very, smart girl. However, we don't know how her autism plays a role into this, into her development of relationships. That's a good factor to take in, right? Good factor to take in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. Come through. All right, so let's reread that little part for those that are coming through. Law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station on Wednesday night, according to several witnesses interviewed by the Associated Press. As many as 10 heavily armed uniformed and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m. and took away in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment, said Rick, who lives across the street. The Associated Press put out their first and last names out there. All right. They probably consented for that to happen. A young woman later emerged from the apartment who Rick said he had not previously seen. He said the woman resembled a photograph of Navarro that had been released by police. She came out, talked to the officers, then two ladies pulled up, and then she got into a car with them, and they left, said Rick. Officers remained on the scene for several hours, taking pictures and doing other work inside the apartment. Rick said he said that the young woman returned to the apartment building with the two women on Thursday, but he did not see her go into the apartment. Alicia, my understanding, had already been returned by this time. The conference happened, I believe, Tuesday? Don't quote me on the days. Wednesday was yesterday. No. Today's Friday, right? Yesterday. So the conference happened on Wednesday. If I remember, yes, it was Wednesday. Wednesday, like evening-ish. And we were talking about it. Then Alicia, by then, I believe, was somewhere in Montana, possibly, I don't know, being interviewed and whatnot. I'm assuming. We don't know where her whereabouts are at. Keep that in mind. Thank you, SW. We love lurkers. As long as you hit the like, consider subscribing and set your notifications so you don't miss when the rabbit goes live. Thank you so much, SW. Thank you, Independent Thinker, for thank you for all your hard work. Well, thank you guys. No, shout out to the member that sent me this article. I was like, I couldn't. I'm so happy to hear this news. I hope let me know if your sound is in and out. Let me know if your sound is in and out. Yes, they are, Darlene. Yes, they are. Think someone was just talking online, convinced her, and then kept her. Right. Somebody had to have kept her gone. So then the article continues. A second witness by the name of Jonathan, who lives next door, said he was questioned at the scene by a plainclothes police officer who said he was from Arizona and asked if Michelson, Jonathan, had ever seen a girl at the apartment. He said he had not. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I had to maintain the household. Kiss for little mama. Love you, rabbit and baby bunny. Thank you so much, Cape. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know. That's a great question. These braces can come off easy. They're not very hard to come off. So, um, you outgrow. That's why you have to change them every so often because of the glue and the adhesive that comes off. So I'm not really too stuck on the braces part. Braces do come off. I had braces before. They come off. They do. Hey, PK. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Not PK. PJ. Sorry. I just gave you a different name. We love having lived experiences in this chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, my love, I messed up your name. Yes, I knew someone who removed their own braces before, but they botched it and had to go to the dentist. It's a great question. You miss your braces? I do hope they have more details coming through. Could have Snowbird, and she could have been Snowbird and she had known personally. What do you mean? A Snowbird? Can you give us more? MJ Cleveland, let us know more details down there. What you mean by that? I'm not familiar with that term, but thank you. It could be. Braces do come off very, very easily. Yeah. I had removable braces in the 90s. They're just easy to come off. I mean, I wouldn't be stuck on that. Braces are easy to come off. I took mine off when I was 19, says Lindsay. Lindsay's like, I didn't even have to go to the dentist. Yes. It sucks, baby girl. For some reason, my offices believe I should work today, so I'm busy listening from the bushes. Shout out to you. Yours came off? Yes, they're easy to come off. I'm not really stuck on that. Not at all. I feel like I'm not stuck at all with that. Thank you. A snowbird is someone who goes from a cold climate to a warm climate. Gotcha. But I see. I had no idea. No idea. All right. So then the article reads, let's go back to it. Sorry, I got distracted. And I said PJ's name wrong. I apologize, PJ. Officers remained on the scene for several hours taking pictures and doing other work inside the apartment. Rick said, he said that the young woman returned to the apartment building with two women on Thursday, but he did not see her go into the apartment. A second witness, Jonathan, who lives next door, said he was questioned at the scene by plainclothes officer who said he was from Arizona and asked if Jonathan had ever seen a girl at the apartment. He said he had not. If she was in the apartment, I'm surprised I never saw her, Jonathan says. Glendale Police Lieutenant, the lead investigator, said they're looking into all possible scenarios that could have led Navarro's disappearance into, including kidnapping. So, I listen. They said in this article, law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station on Wednesday night. The press conference happened Wednesday. It was Wednesday that it happened, right? But they didn't release anything about any arrests. They didn't say anything. They didn't say we arrested somebody. We're looking into nothing. The witnesses saw somebody get arrested. They haven't mentioned that. I thought they were reunited by now. Yes, I agree, Patricia. Right? Maybe she tried to get away and then, she got scared. Thank you, Shopaholic. Um, you're more concerned if she had any medical care in the past 4 years. Going through puberty and going into woman is not as easy as it. No, I agree. We don't know what. We don't know what. And somebody pointed out the braces. I read she spoke to her mom and she hasn't seen her. Good point. Stockholm syndrome. Yep, Lex. Remember the Idaho 4 press conference. They don't have to say the whole truth, especially if it's an investigation. Absolutely. They probably had like phone and video contact. My thing is I want to know who's been arrested. I want a name. I want a mugshot. Okay? I want to know. And what if, And now this is me speculating. What if other women in connection to this one person, because there were other women that were mentioned here, like this involved other women as well. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know. We just don't know. Let me take off this damn ad. Um, Law enforcement took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station Wednesday night, according to several witnesses. As many as 10 heavily armed, uniform, and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m. and took away in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment, said Rick, who lived across the street. So they took somebody. They had a lot of armed people there. I'm waiting for somebody else to talk about that. I said, "Oh my God, do we have a mugshot?" Yes, we mean mugs. We mean mugshot. Thank you. Gotcha. I was just saying the other week I never heard of any news in Montana. I was thinking nothing bad must ever happen there, but maybe it doesn't get that much coverage, right? What do you want to know? Let me see. I want to know what he made her believe that she would be safe to leave home. Yeah, that's a great question. We don't know. Grooming tactics to move the victim far away from family. This is great news. Yes. So the great news is that she was found alive. She returned herself to the police station, right? That's great. Now the great news is that witnesses saw an arrest, although we weren't even made aware of an arrest. I don't even think the media was made aware of an arrest unless this happened 8 p.m. at night. It happened around the nighttime after the conference was already done, and they never really gave any type of information to police, you know? Ooh, Karina says she looks malnourished. Mm, I don't know. Um, Maybe she was living in fear and she never said anything. Absolutely. Could very well be the case. I want to know who the other women are. Right. I want to know if the other women, who were those other women? Absolutely. I've seen nothing yet that allies my suspicions of being a much darker situation than is being played out. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, I'm just like, listen, I was so excited when the news came out of her turning up into the station, and now we weren't made aware of an arrest. The Associated Press went out there and did the damn thing and was like, let me interview some neighbors and get the actual information, and they did. The neighbors saw an arrest. Okay, as many as 10 heavily armed uniform and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m. and took away in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment. It doesn't say that that was the man that was keeping her. It doesn't say anything. We just know that it was the man. There was a man that was taken away in handcuffs. We we don't know. I want to know. I want to know. I don't know if she has been. That's a great question though. I don't know if she's been reunited yet. Absolutely. We don't know if the other women are victims too. We don't know. Absolutely. That's kind of, we just don't know what. And I'm going to see if I can Google search anything else. Um Anything else that's being put out there. Alicia Navarro arrests in May. This is definitely, here it is. Now the Mirror is talking. Well, the Mirror was talking about it here about 7 hours ago. Updated as a man arrested and mystery young girl seen at the scene. So there was women that were seen. I believe they're probably taking the story from the Associated Press. That's one thing I've learned about this whole thing is that certain articles will take other articles from other places. Man arrested near where Alicia Navarro missing for years, but nothing else other than the Associated Press. They're all taken from the Associated Press article. That's what they're doing. Wow. Nothing else. Nothing else. Hold up. Let me see what Phoenix is saying. So people are still reacting to the news that Alicia Navarro, teen who went missing for years, has been found safe. On July 26, officials with the Glendale Police Department announced, we read that, questions remain. Yes. Okay. Hold up. There's a lot of moving parts. Nothing, but I haven't seen Arizona report this yet. Not at all. So this is like breaking news. If this is the case. As many as 10 heavily armed, uniformed, and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m. and took in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment, said Rick, who lives across the street. Then a young woman later emerged from the apartment who Rick said he had not previously seen. He said the woman resembled a photograph of Navarro that has been released by police. She came out, talked to the officers, then two ladies pulled up and then got into a car with them and they left. Officers remained on the scene for several hours, taking pictures and doing other work inside the apartment. Rick said he had the young woman return to the apartment building with the two women on Thursday, but he did not see her go into the apartment. A second witness, Jonathan, who lives next door, said he was questioned at the scene by a plainclothes police officer who said he was from Arizona and asked if Jonathan had ever seen the girl at the apartment. He said he had not. If she was in that apartment, I'm surprised I never saw her, Jonathan said. This is I guess we'll see where this takes us moving forward. I don't know. Exactly. There's a lot of unincorporated areas. And it sounds like, is it Harv? Is that how you say that? Harv? Um, is like a farmland area? I don't know. Yes, could have been. Absolutely. Could have been other women lured out of their apartments, just like Alicia was. That's how I see it. And for those that see, like, well, we don't she stayed as a runaway after the age of 18. We don't know what happened. We don't know what manipulation. We don't know what grooming. We don't know if she felt like she couldn't come back because of what she feels like she had put her mother through. We don't know. At the end of the day, she went missing at 14. She went missing when she was a child, okay? Missing as a child, and somebody kept her missing. Somebody kept her missing. And that's where we really need to understand and ask the questions instead of asking, why didn't she run away? No. Why don't we ask the questions? Well, who the fuck are these people that were keeping her? Who was keeping her? There's a lot of moving parts to this. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. There's a lot of moving parts to this. Who was keeping her? That's what we need to know. That's where we need to really stay focused at. We don't know, right? Absolutely. That's a great question. Maybe an investigation. I mean, just like who was it? Was it Lex who said it in the Idaho 4? We didn't even know a whole lot of details when arrests were being made or when things, or even in this little Rex serial killer situation. Did we really know what was going on? No. They were very secretive about all that. I mean, it's the police. I wouldn't put it past anybody. But the neighbors, according to the Associated Press, the neighbors saw an arrest. They saw somebody get arrested. An arrest happened. And I'm going to link this article for you guys to read it. Shout out to, again, the beautiful, wonderful member that put this. I'm going to put it on the description box, the article, so you guys can check it out and read it for yourselves. Article from the Associated Press. Right there. It's pasted in the description box. I wrote article from the Associated Press. You guys check it out. That's exactly where it's being quoted from. So everybody's aware what's going on. They have to be secretive not to compromise the investigation. Absolutely. What if is it? Okay. Thank you, Auntie Green. She says she was in Havre, pronounced have her. Havre? A lot of indigenous women and children go missing in Montana. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie, for saying that and putting out the facts. They do. There's a lot of missing people down there, up there, around there, wherever the hell I'm not gonna tell you where I'm located. Um, what? Someone in the chat, high on love, seen a picture of the guy right where? You did? Where did you? Who saw a picture? Hold up. Let me go up in the chat. Exactly, Lair. The first thing to jump to should not Thank you. Should not be to ask what the victim could have done. But that's how everybody's mind goes to. Who's seen a picture of him? Where's the picture? Yes, harboring a child is definitely a crime. Who's seen the picture? I'm going. Is it high on love? Where? Hold up. He's in his 60s? Where did you see the picture? Where did they release the name yet? He said it's on Annie Elise. Annie Elise released it? Really? I'm a little surprised. Okay, well, let me see. Let me go to Annie Elise real quick. I don't see her releasing anything. I don't maybe she did a video like later on, but I haven't seen anything new. No, she did a video on Madeline Kojakari. There's a photo of him if you Google her name and arrest made. All right, let me do that right now. Okay, let me do that right now. Alicia Navarro, arrest made. I don't see a photo of him at all. At all. What did you Google? Hold up. It's on Twitter? Okay, is it on Twitter or on Google? On Twitter. Oh my god. Okay, let me go to Twitter, now known as X. You said Annie Elise has it? Hold up. Oh shit. Hold up. Let me stop. Let me oh. Oh. Come through, come through. Oh my god. Daily Mail, Daily Mail. Hold up. Hold up. I had freaking ads everywhere. Um I definitely need an ad blocker. Police, does Alicia Navarro have Stockholm syndrome? Police made an arrest. Police arrest man blocks away from the autistic teen, handed herself over to cops as feds say she may have actually been kidnapped. Okay, I want to see a photo. That's not him. That's the former agent. That's not him, y'all. That's not him. I was like, what? Former agent, FBI agent Jim says it's possible Alicia experienced Stockholm syndrome and it may have taken time for investigators to win her trust to learn exactly what happened to her. Okay, let me see. See, these were the billboards. That's not him, by the way. That's not the guy. That's an FBI agent. Y'all need to read the article before saying that that's the FBI agent or that's the guy. That's not him. Oh, okay. Y'all got baited by clickbait. See, that's the agent. That is not the guy. Guys, that is the agent. Yo, I didn't fall for it. The chat did. Shame on you guys. I didn't fall for it. Y'all had me looking on Google. Now here I am on Twitter on Annie Elise page. Y'all need to read. Even I don't know how to read sometimes, but like do better than me. Do better than me. By the way, on a serious note, this is what these billboards look like up on the border in Mexico. So this is why Mama never gave up. She never gave up. Never, ever, ever gave up. This is Mama's video that she did just recently. This is the police station. So they weren't very far from that apartment, at least from what I understand, was not very far from this police station. Okay. This is her. Now 18, walked into the police station in Montana this week, ready to leave whatever it was that she had been living with. My goodness. Okay. Well, now that you guys got clickbaited, it wasn't me. See, you can't blame me for clickbaiting you this time. That was not me. That was not me. Annie Elise just happened to share the article, and it has a picture of the FBI guy, and now people think it was the FBI guy that did the arrest. You guys don't do that. um, is it possible that the women were probably undercover? Potentially, we don't even know. Do you? Shout out to everybody from Glendale, Arizona. So, Sam, for those that are coming in, there was witnesses that saw an arrest in Montana Wednesday evening, of a man that was living in the apartment. They believe that Alicia was staying there. This is what, at least I'm guessing, that witnesses saw an arrest. So somebody was taken into custody based on what the witnesses saw. However, this wasn't put out in the media. We don't know. Now, the Daily Mail, you know, being the Daily Mail UK, goes out there and doesn't show a mugshot, but is also saying, well, somebody was arrested. Everybody's taking it from the Associated Press. The Associated Press broke the story. Okay, they did. They did. So, is there? Well, that's great. Yes, she did, Sam. She did. Uh, I mean, look, this is great news. I'm happy to hear that. Again, witnesses, neighbors in Montana saw an arrest. They saw a couple of cops take a man from an apartment and arrest him. That's what we know so far. We don't have a mugshot. We don't have a name. We want to know I need to see a mugshot and a name. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Because can you guys imagine? And then there was other women that were in that apartment too. It sounds like, based on what's being reported. I want to know who was keeping this girl. I want to know the details and what led up to that. But of course, some of that is going to take time to be revealed because they're still investigating. I'm so happy that this girl has went to the police station and said she's this missing girl and she wants to be taken off. And I'm glad that she's made contact with her mom, because her mom has been searching and looking for her for many, many years. And I think it's time for us to kind of allow the information. Hopefully, we'll hear more information coming out. Uh, More. No one is in custody. Luna says, according to Glendale Police Department, there is no one in custody. Luna, where did you find that? Let me know. This is what they're saying in Montana. The neighbors are saying it. Let me know. They're keeping it close to their vests. Absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you. But Luna, I mean, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Anybody saying anything? Because now I'm sure if the Associated Press put this out there, Arizona's going to want to look into this. Other people are going to want to look into this. Or are they just repeating what Associated put out there? Yes, everybody. Yeah, Glendale could be out of the loop. I mean, but it's the Glendale officers that are out there, right? Because that's who's interviewing them. He could be in custody in Montana. Absolutely. He could be. Whoever this individual is. Whoever this individual is. I don't know, Patricia. I never really paid attention to that. Um, You haven't heard anything? But then again, maybe he's in custody in Montana. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So happy for her mom and her. I hope they get more answers, and I hope that there is more out there. Thanks. I just saw her on Facebook and I Googled looking for a mugshot. Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't seen a mugshot yet. I'd like to know. Thank you, Layla, for the $10. Says thank you for keeping it real and keeping us informed, Rabbit. Yes. Nonetheless, I'm happy that she's back. I'm happy, happy, happy that she's back. And I guess we'll go from here and we'll see what happens. Sorry if I already answered. Isn't the FBI taking over? Right? Wouldn't this be an FBI case at this point? I would assume so. At this point, it's hard to fathom that she just walked into the police station to say she's missing. But I'm glad she did. But I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did. You know. Thank you, thank you. The girl is a victim, and she just most likely doesn't even realize it. I feel so bad for her. Right? I agree. We don't know. We don't know what happened. So, um, we don't know. Stockholm is real. It is. And that's why I say we allow information to develop. Yes. Just saying. Just saying. She's a reporter for one of the local news channels. I've been looking for the city of pages, but nothing happened. Right. So, Luna, the article that released this information is the Associated Press. I put the link in the description box. Check out the article. It's very likely that he's not in custody in Arizona. He's probably somewhere else. We don't know, but it is federal because it's cross state lines. At this point, they're investigating. We don't know what's going to happen out of here. Truly, is there? That's interesting. Yes. There has been interviews with local residents on Montana News, but none say an arrest has been made. That's all. We have investigators, and let me show you guys the sentence exactly that it says. Law enforcement officers took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station on Wednesday night, according to several witnesses interviewed by the Associated Press. Who is in custody? Who is in custody? And the witnesses are the neighbors. As many as 10 heavily armed uniformed and undercover officers showed up about 8 p.m. and took away in handcuffs the man who had been living in the apartment, said Rick, who lives across the street. If it's a ring, I really do hope. Listen, we don't know. We don't know. Hopefully they bring everybody down. That's all. And so then every article is taken from the Associated Press because Associated Press broke the story, just so you guys know. A young woman later emerged from the apartment who Rick said she had not previously seen. He said the woman resembled a photograph of Navarro that had been released by police. She came out, talked to police, and the two ladies pulled up and then got into a car with them, and then they left. They remained on scene for several hours, taking pictures, doing other work inside the apartment. He said that the young woman returned to the apartment building with the two women on Thursday, but he did not see them go into the apartment. There was a second witness, by the way. So there were witnesses, neighbors are talking, that they had seen an arrest. Law enforcement officers took a man into custody at an apartment just a few blocks from the police station. Yep. Yeah. I'm happy she's back. I'm thinking, Laughing Hawk, I'm thinking that's what they think, right? I'm thinking that's what they're maybe assuming. That's what they're assuming. I know Dizzy Dimensions, those emojis have gotten bigger on the chat on YouTube. Thank you so much, Layla. So I guess we'll see what comes out of there. Gotcha. Desiree says Arizona reporter on Twitter says no one's in custody, just being questioned. Desiree, can you tell me who the reporter is? Because I'll pull it up on Twitter. Who's the reporter? Let me know, Desiree, who's the reporter? Because I want to pull what they're saying. Let me see. I'll wait for Desiree to answer a little bit back. In that way, hold up. I'm looking. I didn't see Desiree reply anymore. But let's go to Twitter/X. Alicia Navarro arrest made. See, people are. There's somebody on Twitter says breaking: a man arrested a few miles from the Montana police station where Alicia Navarro turned up. Earlier reports from neighbors seen to verify the arrest was made in connection to the disappearance. Yes, other people on Twitter saying otherwise. I don't know if they're just taking the information from the Associated Press. It sounds like your auntie's a reporter. I know. I was like, that's the man. I was like, no, that's the FBI agent. Y'all don't harass that FBI agent, okay? It's not Twitter anymore. Is Xer? I don't know. I don't like the X. Okay. Is she on Twitter? Let me know, Luna. Let me go on Twitter. What is her name? Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Where's your comment at? Okay. You said Brianna Whitney. From Arizona? Her name came up. Okay. Here it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the family did make a statement, by the way. Here we go. Let me show it to you guys. Thank you, Luna, for that. I appreciate you. She says, this was 38 minutes ago. 38 minutes ago. Okay. And let me follow this lady right here. Alicia Navarro's family has released a statement following her safe return after going missing from Arizona home 4 years ago. You can never give up hope. Okay. We'll read that statement in a minute, but I want to make sure that is there anything? Here it is. She says there are reports surfacing online that there have been arrests made in Alicia Navarro case of a Montana man. According to the Glendale, Arizona PD, that is not true. They're questioning people, but tell us no one is in custody. Thank you. We're making sure to fact check we're making sure every fact is checked as this case unfolds. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. So maybe they're bringing him in for questioning, and the neighbor thought it was like they're here for maybe they've been arrested. But who takes a neighbor out? Like who takes a man with guns, you know, for questioning? And let me fix that right away because I don't want to give out misinformation. I'm going to say that the neighbors speak. Um, we don't do misinformation over here. Okay. I appreciate, thank you so much, Luna, for checking on that. Okay. Let me, neighbors speak. I got to fix that because that's important. We don't want to, uh, neighbors speak out about arrests. Maybe that's what they thought happened. Hold up. Let's fix that right away. And we'll fix that right now. I appreciate you. So maybe the Associated Press is like just printing out what the neighbor said. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Let me see. Yeah, right? And I'm fixing my title and my thumbnail right now. Let me see. Let me see. What do you guys think? So, okay, let me read the family statement for those that are still here. Thank you, Luna, again. I appreciate you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Girl, we already thought we had a mugshot and everything. I was so excited. But I'm glad that maybe somebody was taken into custody. According to Glendale, that is not true. They're questioning people, but tell us no one is in custody. Okay. All right. Shout out to Miss is it Brianna Whitney? Thank you. Here is the family statement. Let me clear my throat. No, you're not blocked. I see you. I see you. I see you. You're not blocked. 1 second. I'll have to fix my thumbnail after the live, but excuse me. Alicia Navarro's family statement. We want to start by saying how happy we are that Alicia has been found alive and safe. It is a blessing that after being missing for so long, Alicia can come back home. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all the families of missing loved ones that have not yet returned home. If there is anything that Alicia's story has taught us is that you can never give up hope. We would also like to thank the Glendale Police Department for their hard work and dedication to bringing Alicia home. Thank you to the entire Anti Predator Project team. not only for their hard work and dedication to bring Alicia home, but also for their commitment to supporting our family through these hard times. Anti-Predator Project Team. Keep that agency in mind. The local and national media has been so important the last several years in keeping Alicia's story alive, and our family cannot say thank you enough for that. Finally, we would like to say thank you for all the love and support we have received from everyone around the country. It has helped our family through some very dark times, and we cannot say thank you enough. At this time, we are making time we're asking for privacy so our family can begin the healing process, reclaim our normalcy. You have all been a blessing in our life, and we wish you all the best, the very best. Sincerely, family of Alicia Navarro. Yes, 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 yes. Hold up. Renew hope. Renew hope. And the Anti Predator Project, hold up. Let me pull that up. She said the Anti Predator Project. I mean, I've heard them. Here it is. Just so everybody knows who they are. Let me stop right here and I'm going to show you guys the screen. Here it is. Anti-Predator Project is about, let's go to about. Anti-Predator Project is a registered 501(c) nonprofit organization that is dedicated to combating human trafficking in the United States. We're a full-service nonprofit investigative agency that specializes in criminal investigations into individuals and organizations that are involved in human trafficking, the local recovery of American children that have been kidnapped or sold on the black market, witness and slash victim protection and missing children. We offer our services free of charge to anyone in need. No one should have to pay a fee for assistance in the darkest time of our lives. Aside from investigative and protective services, Anti-Predator Project also helps to raise community awareness about the reality of human trafficking in the United States. This is who they are thanking. Shout out to them as well. Yes. Thank you. So did she walk into the police office on her own and send police to the apartment, or was she taken by police? Because they are saying that she just walked into the office and told them she was missing. Potentially she probably did. But you know what? You know what? Could have happened as well. It could have been that um she was probably already making contact with them. You know, we don't know where the circumstances. Maybe she always wanted to come back home and couldn't. Maybe she was scared to, you know? Maybe she was. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, but shout out to Luna and who else? There was somebody else in the chat, one of our other members who gave us a heads up about what the local reporter's saying. So Glendale's not saying that there's an arrest. Associated Press is saying that there's an arrest. Glendale is not saying that, and I'm glad that here it is. For those that are wondering, this is where this reporter's information is at. She is a host of true crime TV franchise and podcast. She's a reporter for CBS 5, okay, and native Arizona. So everybody's aware. Hold up. Here it is. This is her tweet, and let me heart it and retweet it and quote it. FYI, at Associated Press, let's call out the Associated Press, said that neighbors reported an arrest. Please, heads up, please. I don't know what to tell them. Heads up, please. There we go. Calling them out. So that people know where the information came from, right? That's all we could do. Just a little tweet. Just a little tweet. Yes, I'm aware. The Carly Russell conference is today. Somebody just messaged me and let me know. So I will check it out. Okay. So Miss Brianna here, excuse me, is saying there are reports surfacing online that there have been an arrest. Oh my gosh, why am I reading this weird? There are reports surfacing online there has been an arrest in the Alicia Navarro case of a Montana man. According to Glendale, that is not true. They're questioning people, but tell us no one is in custody. We're making sure to fact check as this case unfolds. No one is in custody. Associated Press is talking to neighbors. That's what we know. They're not talking to anybody else. This is just the neighbors that they talk to. All right. There is a lot of pressure to the victim. I would have to agree with that. So I just wanted to bring some of this news. Sounds like they're based on what Glendale Police has not released any mug shots or anything like that. So we don't really know if an detainment has occurred or not, or an arrest. Sounds the report is saying that there hasn't been anything. Associated Press is saying otherwise. I really do hope that there was an arrest, just because I want to know. I'm like, let's get a perpetrator right now and find out more. But I guess we'll go from there. The family's asking for privacy, and we need to give it to them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about the story as it is unfolding. Hopefully, we'll get some updates later on, and we can come live and talk about them. Yes, I'm aware that the Carly Russell conference is later today, so we'll definitely check it out. I'm assuming charges potentially at this point. And then we'll go from there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm going to fix my title and my thumbnail to make sure that everything is matching up. And if you want to see the article's in the description box. The link is there. Check it out. You guys can read it for yourselves. We went over it a couple times here. I will see you guys later on. Rabbits out.